Sarah was a young woman who had just gotten married to Tom. They were very happy together. Their relationship was better than Sarah had ever dreamed it could be. For about a year, everything was perfect. Tom and Sarah wanted to celebrate being married for 1 year. They planned a special trip to the wilderness. It was going to be very exciting. Before their trip, they decided to visit Tom's mother, Linda. Sarah liked Linda very much. She thought Linda was a kind and caring woman. Sarah and Linda had always gotten along well. But soon, strange things started to happen. These things made Sarah wonder if she really knew Linda at all. Every time Sarah and Tom visited Linda's house, something odd happened. Sarah would get sick after eating. It wasn't just a little sick. She would feel so bad that they had to cancel their trip plans. This didn't happen just once. It happened several times. Sarah started to notice a pattern. She was the only one who got sick. And it only happened when she ate food at Linda's house. This made Sarah very worried. Sarah's mind was full of scary thoughts. She wondered if Linda might be putting something bad in her food. Maybe even poison. Sarah didn't want to believe this. Why would Linda want to hurt her? But Sarah couldn't stop thinking about it. Sarah knew she had to find out the truth. She came up with a clever plan. The next time they visited Linda, Sarah would switch her food and drink with Tom's. She would do this when Linda wasn't looking. If Linda was really putting something in Sarah's food, then Tom would get sick this time instead of Sarah. The day came for their next visit to Linda's house. Sarah was very nervous. Her heart was beating fast as she carried out her plan. She switched her plate with Tom's when no one was looking. Then she waited to see what would happen. That night, something shocking happened. Tom got sick. He had the same bad feelings that Sarah had experienced all those other times. Sarah was very upset. She knew she had to tell Tom what she thought was happening. When Tom felt better, Sarah sat down with him. She told him everything. She explained how she always got sick at his mother's house. She told him about her worries that Linda might be doing something to her food. And she told him about switching their plates. Tom was very surprised. He couldn't believe what Sarah was saying. He didn't want to think his mother would do something so terrible. But he couldn't ignore what had happened. Tom decided he needed to talk to his mother about this. He went to Linda's house. He was very confused and angry. When he got there, he told Linda what Sarah had discovered. Linda was shocked when Tom told her what Sarah thought. She said she would never hurt Sarah. She said she hadn't done anything wrong. But Tom wasn't sure if he believed her. They started to argue. Both of them were shouting. Then something terrible happened. Tom was so angry that he pushed his mother. Linda fell to the ground. But as she fell, she reached for something in a drawer near her. It was a gun. Everything happened very fast. Linda pointed the gun at Tom and fired. Tom fell to the ground. He was hurt very badly. In fact, he was dying. Linda stood there, still holding the gun. She couldn't believe what she had done. She had shot her own son. Tom died there in Linda's house. When Sarah heard what had happened, she was very sad. She felt guilty. She thought that if she hadn't told Tom about her worries, maybe he would still be alive. She felt terrible. But the story wasn't over. The police came to find out what had happened. They started asking questions. What they discovered was even more shocking than anyone could have imagined. The police talked to Linda for a long time. Slowly, a strange story started to come out. Linda admitted that she had been putting something in Sarah's food. But it wasn't poison. It was a medicine that would make Sarah feel sick for a short time. This was very confusing. Why would Linda do this? The answer was surprising and very sad. Linda told the police that Tom had been married before. His first wife had died about a year after they got married. Everyone thought it was a sad accident. But Linda knew it wasn't an accident at all. Tom had done something very bad. He had taken out a big life insurance policy on his first wife. This meant that if she died, he would get a lot of money. Then Tom had planned an accident for his wife. He had pushed her off a cliff during a hiking trip. After she died, Tom got all the money from the insurance. No one knew what he had done. Linda had found out about this, but she couldn't prove it. When Tom married Sarah, Linda was very worried. She thought Tom might try to do the same thing to Sarah. Now everything made sense. Linda hadn't been trying to hurt Sarah. She had been trying to protect her. By making Sarah feel sick before their wilderness trips, Linda hoped to stop Tom from hurting Sarah. She thought if she could keep delaying the trip, she might find a way to save Sarah's life. Sarah was very shocked when she learned all this. The woman she thought was trying to hurt her had actually been trying to save her. And Tom, the man she loved and trusted, had been planning to kill her. The police kept investigating. They found out one more very scary thing. Tom had taken out a big life insurance policy on Sarah, just like he had done with his first wife. Sarah didn't know anything about this. If Linda hadn't done what she did, Sarah might have died just like Tom's first wife. The trip to the wilderness that Tom wanted to take so badly was probably going to be the time when he would kill Sarah. Sarah felt many different things when she learned all this. She was sad that Tom was dead, because she had loved him. But she was also scared when she realized how close she had come to dying. And she felt thankful to Linda for trying to protect her. Linda was in trouble for killing Tom. But when the police and the court heard the whole story, they were easier on her. They understood that she had been trying to save Sarah's life. Sarah even spoke to the court to help Linda. She explained how Linda's actions, even though they seemed bad at first, had actually saved her life. This was one of the strangest cases the police had ever seen. It showed how things are not always what they seem to be. Sometimes the truth can be more surprising than any made-up story.